with us today.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to meet you. So, tell us something about yourself.
Okay, my name is Prachi, and so you're interviewing me for this cafe. So this cafe is something that I began in 2014, which I would say I rather it was an extension of my hobby. And yes, I'm a homemaker. So all the homemakers, who start baking from home, I'm one of them. So that's how it is, and I love baking, and I'm a creative person. So it's just the cafe is just like an extension of me, my creative side. I love to bake. I love people so much. I love feeding people so much, and so yeah, it's just an extension of me.
So, where do you come from? Like, what is your family background?
So I am from Dahanu, but I went away to study because as Dahanu is a small town. But so after my 12th standard, I wanted to be a management student also. I wanted to be in hotel management then. But my father is a hotelier, not by choice, for whatever circumstances. And like how in India is not necessary if you know to cook. Every hotelier doesn't know how to cook. So for him it was a business. But he knew the hardships, which were a lot. So he didn't want me to pursue hotel management. So I got into Swiss Merit College of Ooty, me and some friends along with me. And also the fees were exorbitantly high, which we couldn't afford then. So had my father said, no, this is not the right career for you, I would have fought my way. But the moment I knew it would be a bit strain on my parents for the money, I never took it ahead and I dropped it there. And from then on I did science and I hated it. I am a creative person, but I scored maximum in science and I picked science. So no, it was not for me. And after my 12th I switched to arts, literature, which I of course liked a lot. I didn't know what my calling was, which I think most children are like that, that's not how we are taught to pursue your passion, or to know what you really like. That doesn't matter. That's a hobby. It's considered like that. And so I did so much from then. I even I'd appeared for an entrance exam for architecture. I have done dress designing. I have done farming. So I was like jack of all trades, master of none. And maybe God knew what I wanted to do, and I had an opportunity to learn baking again. And I started, so I went to Bangalore, I enrolled myself in a baking school. Now it all happened by chance. I just started baking at home and everyone was like, oh wow, this is so good, why don't you take it up? And then I took a small little class, so, and that really helped me to know, okay, I like doing this. And then I was just, soon I was baking for all my family members and friends. And then I went ahead and I went to baking school, and I easily topped my class. And then I did a college by day, I did a college by night, and there was no stopping me. And when I came back, and I had calls coming every day, and I was just going baking mad. And then this shop happened, which I never thought. Someone just came up to me and asked, would you like a shop on rent? And I was like, oh, why not? Can I have a shop? I'm like, okay, why not? And then this happened.
What is the story behind the name of your cafe?
Oh, so I had done some basic baking courses, and plus I had learned some French patisseries and all. And as you know, all the beautiful baking and all the cooking comes from France. So I love French food and the French pastries and all of that. And my children. So like obviously everyone would know that what children are to them more than your own self. And so we are a very close-knit family. Everything that we do, we all are part of each other. So when this baking thing was happening, so they were big, like they were my critiques. Every time they say something, mom, this looks nice, this looks bad. And you won't believe that how children are. Like when I had to design a cake, they think out of the box. And then you actually listen to them, and then you end up creating something amazing, Anyway, so my son's name is Marcus, and my younger son's name is Noel. So I coined both those names together. So Marcel, and my love for French pastries, so Le Marcel. That is how it happened.
Okay, sweet. So tell us something about your journey. Like, how did you make it till here?
Very tough journey. So it might look very rosy and simple, like wow, she has a little cafe and she got baking done and all. There is an obstacle in everything that you're about to take up. Everything, from even getting small permissions to, getting your machinery, to getting your staff and getting so many. So there were a lot of hurdles. In fact, when I took up the shop, I did not get an NOC from the. So I paid empty rent for 3 months, and meanwhile I was looking for other places. And something that I saw in this place and appealed to me. I was like, no, it has to be here. So many Christian leaders helped me to pray, and I used to pray. And then it was been 3 months, and I had paid empty rent. My place was completely dug up. I had already invested money. I had bought the machinery. I had looked for the staff, everything, and it was all going to be just washed away. And I would have to repair this place, so I would be in minus. And the first venture of mine, like the first thing that I decided to do, and this happened. So then just one fine morning I come and I decide that I have to give it up, and my husband said enough is enough, give it up. And one fine morning I come early morning by 6 o'clock, I lift the shutters, I come here, I say a silent prayer, and I gave it up in my heart. And I said, Lord, whoever comes here, let them make this place as beautiful as what I had in mind. And I left a little Bible verse over here, and I left. And then I had to make my final call by 10:30. So my husband said, call now. And I was very hesitant. I said, okay. And I'm just reaching out to my phone to call them, and they called me, and I got the NOC.
Wow.
And so then on, I knew that, there is a divine power that is with me. The Lord is with me. I was fearless. No matter what happens, I know I'm going to make it through. And that fearlessness has brought me so long.
Since you are in this business now, so what are the major mistakes that you made and how you learned out of it?
Very frankly, mistakes are the best teachers. So I was a kitchen person. I knew nothing about hospitality, management, bookkeeping, nothing. I even painted my own cafe by myself. I had done all my travels from everywhere, and I just put them up and I decorated the place just like how someone would decorate their living room or their private room, their own personal space. I just decorated. Machinery, I had to do a lot of research and this and that. So there were mistakes. There were a lot of mistakes because I bought wrong machinery, for which I'm still suffering. I'm not able to use them, but I have invested already so much money, so I make use of them somehow. So the mistakes would be investing money in the right things, and maybe the layout of my place, and because all those mistakes were because of lack of knowledge. But I think they are the best teachers. Then along the way I learned everything. The first 1 month I didn't know how much money I was earning or how much I was putting in or out or nothing. I was just living by grace. And every mistake was a learner. So if you want me to point out certain mistakes, is you need to know a lot more about machinery, and you need to have a bit of a fair idea of what your surroundings are, what do they like. So I wanted to do only special breads and special pastries, and I didn't have a single customer. So you have to have some bait. You have to have your regular bread for a person to walk in, no matter how fancy your foods are. You need one item that for which they have to come. So I made those mistakes. I was like, other bakeries are selling it. Why should I sell something that they have? Let me make something different. But you don't give up. Like now I'm serving a New York baked cheesecake. I couldn't imagine 3 years back putting out a New York baked cheesecake. Nobody would have touched that. Even nobody would knew Centerfield donuts then. So Dahanu being the place that it is. So all those fancy foods didn't work. Nothing. I had to change everything. Whatever that I had learned, I put my books away. And then I started making what people want. They want mawa cakes or breads or whatever. And then every once a week, I would introduce something. And it's just the name that is scary. If you tell them what it is, and they're willing to try, and it turns out people do like to try different foods.
Yeah. What barriers did you face as a female entrepreneur in the society?
When a female entrepreneur will start, like when I begun this place, even what investment, I'm telling you, I was on a shoestring budget. I'm telling you, I painted this place myself. Most men will come and tell you, are you crazy? You're going to shut down in 2 months. Danu's, who's going to sell a cappuccino? Who's going to have a cappuccino here? They was like, how much do you buy it for? Please sell it now, find a buyer, sell it, And they just think this lady is crazy and she's somebody with deep pockets and she's just having fun doing what she's doing. So lots of men will give you business advice of how to, they will just not take a woman cannot do business. And I'm telling you, it's true. We do not have a business mind. But this industry is such, you just have to have the love for your work. And you just, if smiles were money, I wouldn't even charge people. Every time people ate, were happy, I was happy. And that is what was my, was a winner for me. And people just love to come and eat. And this became like a community place, and people just enjoyed being here, eating here, and it all worked. But business-wise, I did everything wrong. Everything, the location of my place, the food that I put out, the name. They asked me, don't even have this name. Nobody's even going to pronounce it. They asked me not to have the shop in this location. Everything according to business thing, I was wrong. But I don't know. Magic happened.
So how is the business going?
So business is good. First of all, where it was even difficult to survive, I managed to survive, and it is good. It's upon priorities, So I could start selling everything if I wish to, but it is about you. It's what you want to put out. Like if you go to another bakery or something, they will sell everything. So like the dairy milk people, the ice cream people, they all come to me. Madam, bech do, you will make lots of money, you will get more customers, this and that. But even though I was going through difficult times or good times, I put my foot down. No, there will not be any other brand selling here except my own foods, So you have to decide for yourself. You want to think futuristically, or you want to make fast money right now. If you want to make fast money, there are hundreds of ways, but it's your choice. So I choose not for the fast money. I choose the food. I don't have maybe a television, or I don't have an air conditioning. It's because I don't want it. It's not because I can't have it, And I want to serve a certain type of food, and I'm satisfied with that. And my home is not dependent, very frankly. I am very blessed, and thankfully, like most eating joints where their whole family depends on that. So it's not like that, So my husband has another business. So I have the liberty to do what I want, So if I want to sell, I have the mad race for earning money. But yes, when you want to have more in your shop, like I want to have new machinery, or I want to make the place better, I want to serve more, I want to have more sitting or something like that, then I really feel, I need that capital, I need that money, But most often it is totally wrong. People will probably laugh at me. For me, it's not about the money, I just love to bake and cook and all of that. But I have to pay my bills at the end of the day. But I don't think I have that greed. So I don't know whether, according to other business people, is your business doing well? Probably for them not, but I'm fine with it. And also I have priorities. I have a life more than this. I have children and I have my hobbies. I love fitness so much. I have my kids, cycling, so many other things. So if I am not giving that much importance to business and giving there, I am paying a price, but it's one and the same thing, That's it. So business is fine.
How do you manage your personal, professional life together? Is it very...
So for following your dreams and your work, see, no matter how much I make it sound like it is a hobby, I am telling you, I have dropped my sweat for this place, I think for the first 1 month I might have not slept also. Most like in the first 3 years, whether there won't be a single customer for 3 hours, but I will be here. I don't remember a single day that I have not come to my workplace, other than if I have been out of town. Even if I am ill, even if I have 105 fever, I cannot help coming here at least once. So I take, it might look like a very cheerful and casual place, but I take it very seriously. It's like as important to me as my children or anything, you know. So I put in a lot of hard work for this place, and consistent. You just have to be and you have to have that want. So now I have joined another French pastry school. So you have to upgrade. You can't stop. You can't stop. If you love your place and if you love your work, you just can't stop. You just have to want more and more. You have to have that greed for knowing more, for doing more.
Does it affect your personal life or
Big time. Yeah. So the investment for the point I wanted to make is the investment for your career is not just time or money. There is personal and emotional investment, which are the biggest. Because there are other people involved, and personal, you are maybe you're motivated, मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है, I want to climb Mount Everest, but that motivation wears out. When you see other friends, they're just going for a movie and chilling out, and their life is so relaxed. And I could choose to be a homemaker and do nothing. I can go out, have fun, go for holidays, and just, there are times like when I look at people and when they're strolling down the street, and I feel like, how do they have the time to do that, So, yes, there are. So, then you have to segment your day. So, I have a time for the kids. I make it like work then, I will not miss out on that. So I will come an hour early, I will work harder over here, and I will make that time. And in the beginning when you start, yes, things go totally out of hand. But usually most families are supportive and they understand. Along the way, then to become better, you need to give more time. Then sometimes you won't have time for family and friends, and they will be like, oh, she's just after the money and she's so busy earning money. But they don't understand the drive we feel of making a place perfect, So, yes, emotional and personal investments are the biggest. You have to be prepared for that, and you will lose your motivation. You have to motivate yourself every day. Just like a bath is not enough for a day, and you have to have a bath the next day, you have to motivate yourself again, and you have to choose after some time what is it that you want. You have to lose some and get some. There is no choice in that.
what are the other things like you do apart from this?
Do I have to tell that? Okay. So like I told you, I have joined pastry school again to upgrade my skills. So as of now, I travel. I wake up at 3:45 in the morning, 3:45, yeah. So I wake up, but I am very greedy. I don't want to give up on things that I do. So I wake up in the morning, I finish my prayers, I do an hour of workout, I cook for my entire family, and then I go to work and I come back. So I don't give up on fitness, which is a big priority for me, and because I have grown up playing sports, it's very important for me, So I will try different forms of fitness, cycling, weight training, everything, and I love painting so much. So I paint whenever in my free times, and the most of all are my children. I spend my best time with them. So,
Thank you so much for being with us today.
thank you.
And I'd like for you to close with a few advices for some aspiring entrepreneurs.
Yes. Many kids now I see are, I was also like that, are not sure, am I doing the right thing? Is this a calling for me? You have to know your calling, and for that you have to try multiple things in life. Don't restrict yourself, try your hand at everything, because sometimes you don't know yourself that this is what I like. And I have said this before, like every person is gifted, like someone has a gift of music, someone has a gift of painting, someone has a gift of leadership, that's an inborn gift that God has given you. And no matter what type of person you become, good, bad, or poor or rich, that gift nobody can take out of you. So you have to recognize what is your gift. And if you make that gift as your profession, as your career, you are bound to be better than other people. Nobody can snatch it away from you. So for me, don't give up is what I want to tell entrepreneurs. You just can't give up. You just have to keep trying, and you don't make excuses in your life. अरे मेरे घर में तो ये problem है. My mother is ill. My father is ill. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the education. I live too far away. There are hundreds of reasons to not go ahead and do what you want, and there are another 10,000 reasons why you have to do it. And maybe all of them are true, but you can still go against the waves, and you can make your dreams come true. You don't have to give up. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.